Hello everybody, I'm Daniel from the Gamer Game Channel. Welcome back to Fuhrerreich, which has just had its update, which is basically the main reason why I'm back playing the Kingdom of Italy so soon after the first time. So, I'll just get to the stuff that's changed in a second. I should have started with the land doctrine, of course, and we'll grab the usual 3 after that. And just get these factories sorted. Get my divisions all just cluster together, and we'll start the Future of the People's Party. That's all we can really do. Let's bin the tanks and the motorized for now. I am going to try and use planes more this playthrough, which may sound ridiculous, and I probably won't stick to doing that, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll go with that for now, and let's get some early heavy ships, ship hulls, and get some cruisers. And then we'll eventually get some convoys in production as well. Right, anyway, so yes, as you can see, it's no longer the previous king that we had in the first playthrough that I've done. We've now got Victor Emmanuel III is back. And yes, thank you. I want to see all the news events. And yes, they have a new tree as well. And I have to say, I think a much better tree. And, well, I'll tell you what I'm doing. And I am going to be doing, get the Valkists in power. Now, I've already tried to record the first episode in this, but the decision's bugged out, so it might happen again. And if it does, then I don't know what I'm going to do. I might just have to leave it until they bring out a patch. But let's go ahead and grab all these terrible, terrible divisions. And just bring them all on home. So yeah, I wasn't going to play as Italy straight away again, but I was like, you know what? New tree. We can hopefully do much better than we did in the last series, because obviously I ballsed it up because I let the French die. We did take out the UK, which was interesting. So we'll do that. And we do need to get ourselves a new fresh field marshal, who probably will be Reginaldo here. We'll just leave them for now. We'll get them exercising. Let's Navy. Let's just bring them all together. There we go. Right. So France has also had a wee bit of an update to their tree as well. That's been changed. So watching the Rhines, basically, they're just watching out for the Germans, really. That's their kind of... Well, they need to remove the patriotic war. That's pretty bad for them. So yeah, they have a decent tree as well. I'll become the France soon. Here's one of the nations I've not played as on Fuhrerreich. So yeah, if we look at their national spirits, they have some awful ones. They have the Legacy of the Great War, which I think they already had. Memories of the Somme, because obviously that was disastrous. And that's just absolutely crippling the hell out of them right now. Divided military staff, and then they've got the funds missing from the national budget as well, which is just crippling them right now. So Sturzo's left-leaning politics were seen as a breath of fresh air immediately after the Great War, but as the need for reforms have dwindled within Italy, the conservative Catholic faction, the PPI, has made its demands increasingly clear. Our compromises with the moderate socialists is very unpopular with them, as they see Marxist theory to be antithetical to Catholic teachings. The growth of the far-right movement in Italy is also seen by many as a sign that the nation is in need of a strong and reasonable conservative voice, which fellow PPI deputy Alcide de Gasperi wishes to capitalise on. Struzzo and his supporters, though, believe the compromise with the nationalists will only lead Italy to internal conflict, as seen in the red Bennium of the early 20s. So we're going to go with Gasperi, because I obviously know how to get to the nationalist coalition. Because if I just get to the tree for you, what we done was you can strengthen the king, which is like your national pops, or you can get the national syndicalists, which is your Valkists, take over. And as you can see from this decision, we'll unlock the decision to spread syndicalist influence in Italy. Well, all those decisions broke, and you know how you get like the wee little decision hammer and paper thing come up? It came up and like had a list of all the decisions I had, and the decisions were there, but when I went into the tree, they just did not show, which was interesting. So yeah, hopefully this time around it's going to go better for us. See, I might actually still use him, because he is just a war hero. It is just his reassignment speed. It would be good for our tanks. Oh, pressure from the socialist left. Social Democrats and Christian Socialists have been a core of the PPI since the Red Bennium. have begun to pressure the party to adopt more hard-line progressive policies. Italy has made much progress in the last decade, but is still the poorest of the great powers. In southern Italy, poverty is rampant, while the north has begun to face growing unemployment. PPI must be committed to real political change if they wish to solve these issues. So, where's Gasperi's party? I can't remember which one's Gasperi's party. We'll do the compromise. Yes, so that's daily change of mind 0.2. Why is that the case? Stagnation of the PPI is hurting us right now. Political radicalisation is also hurting us. Colonial overextension as well. But Victor Emmanuel has given us +5 stability. Oh, the Kufra incident. Recently has come to the attention of Rome that our commander in Libya, Italo Balbo, has led an unsanctioned and illegal invasion into British-controlled Egypt to crush the Senussi order, whom have been leading guerrilla conflict against Italian forces in Libya for nearly a decade. While the invasion in question did lead to the capture of the Senussi leader Omar Mukhtar, it has put us at odds with the British Empire. To avoid further amplifying the conflict, Britain, on the behest of the Sultan of Egypt, demands we make an official apology over the incident and respect Egypt's border in the future. While the PPI supports appeasing London, many nationalist factions see this as an insult, and any reconciliation with London to be a major sign of weakness. Balbo's growing Nationalist Syndicate Party has even organised a demonstration in Rome to show their support for this decisive action. While our internal parties bicker over the legitimacy of Balbo's actions, the international community wishes to keep peace in Europe. So we can issue an apology, and we can reprimand Italo Balbo, or we can, Italy stands behind her commanders, and I'm going to stand behind. And we have a power struggle in the Soviet Union. Lenin's wife, Nadza Krupskaya, presented a letter stating Kirov as her preferred heir after his husband has died. Former leader of the All-Russian Metal Workers Union opposes Kirov, stating that the party has been flooded by Bergiasel and fail. Oh, we'll see. That was not the case last time. I think it was talks of Trotsky coming back last time. So yeah, I will be returning to Japan pretty soon in this mod as well, just because I think most of the bugs have been sorted out with them, because that was just buggy as hell when I done my 3-part episode. We did take out the Soviet Union, so that was fun. The agrarian syndicates of South Italy. Oh gosh, I forgot how big some of these pop-ups are. The Girno, I don't know, has been the agricultural core of Italy since the nation's foundation, but the country has never managed to be self-sufficient, requiring massive grain imports from France. Efforts by the PPI to help modernise Italian agriculture have helped alleviate the issue, but at the expense of small farm owners who barely make enough to pay for their own land, let alone tools and machinery needed for modernisation. As more established farming conglomerates continue to buy up farmland, many farmers have found another solution. Throughout the South, many farmers have joined the FISN, founded Farming Syndicate, a union of sorts that aids its members in financing land payments and machinery in an attempt to slow down the monopolisation of Italy's agricultural sector. While this national syndicate is very popular with its members, it has become a breeding ground for far-right nationalists. It sounds like it should be throughout, and political violence, with several syndicate members being tied to crimes against the rival socialist unions in the region, as well as major privately owned institutions. Emondo Rossoni, Secretary General of the Confederation of National Syndicates, has made his support of direct action and political violence an open secret, and clearly has no intention to keep the syndicates in line with the law. Several business owners have even petitioned to the state. So we want to be Valkists, so we're going to take the change popularity of Vulcanism by 5%, so unions of all kinds should be given equal protection. Oh, crikey dicks. A lot of reading. But the one thing I don't like about this mod sometimes, pop-ups are just so much. And again, Kaiserreich has them as well. Right, he's an old guard, but he might be beneficial to use in the meantime. And again, if we start you off early, you could become our best guy. So we're going to take him. Successful negotiations in India. Probably still going to explode. We're going to get our Japanese general again. I quite enjoyed using him last time. And we'll also get... we'll get Orlando here. Not the fate of the PPI. Anyways, we have a couple more factories, so we'll go like that. I think that'll be everything there. Right, anyways, a recent meeting of delegates from the Partito Popolare Italiano came to a head as the growing conservative and progressive factions could not agree on a unified campaign direction for the upcoming election. Even accused current PPI chairman Sturzo, they've spelled his name wrong there, of purposely undermining and dividing the party. Will a unified PPI, the moderate coalition that has led Italy since the 20s, may fall apart, letting the country fall into the hands of extremists? Gasperi assumes leadership. There he is, there's Gasperi. And we've finished that, so let's put pressure on the Social Democrats now. Italo Balbo returns from Libya. General Balbo has landed in Rome today after his last victory in... I never know how to say that, but he's in Libya. Thanks to his war effort, we can now finally exercise control over the whole of Libyan region. The usual greeting for occasion like this is a blessing from the king in a meeting, where General Balbo is considered dangerous by many. He and his, well, the Nationalist Party, have a history of political violence. During the Rebellion, ANI's parliamentary blue shirts attacked socialists, even state police. Claims to have changed since those tumultuous times, but his recent autocratic attitude shown in Libya is seen by many opponents as a sign of his continued violent leadership. What shall we do? He shall receive a hero's welcome. He has returned, so we've now unlocked that part of the tree. So we will get into that. We just kind of want to sort out our political stance right now. So we'll probably finish off this tree, really. Because we need the marshal. That's another decision that we have. But you have to do you need to spread the influence first before you can actually do that. You need to get to 30, I think, influence. It should be easy enough. But once that's done, we've obviously got all this that we can do. But we need to complete the general election anyways. I'm not going to sail Pamphylia. Probably fortify it. Fate of Omar, Mukhtar. Can't remember what I done last time. Oh, we went and got Ethiopia. Colonial overextension goes bye-bye if we do that, which it might be something we want to do. Autonomy. Still a native leader in Libya. Idris becomes leader. Invest in Libya as well. Legal status of Islam in Libya. We'll see. Oh, that removes it as well. We can get rid of the colonial overextension by doing the fate and then choosing whatever one of those. Swiss mediation. The Swiss have several diplomatic missions in the past week to mediate peace between our nations and theirs. It seems to be working famously. Welcome! Welcome. So, we've got Swedish mediation for 270 days, +1 stability, and +2 political gain. Power gain. Yep, that's okay, I guess. Doesn't really do much for us in terms of stability. Let's go to early mobilization. What we'll do is we'll switch all these guys over. And we'll keep the armor because I will get them back eventually. I just want to have infantry sorted out first. And they're near enough what I want. Oh gosh, the Social Democrats have decided to abandon the PPI. PPI's attempt to force out the moderate socialists from the coalition has backfired as Giuseppe Sargent and the PASDI, in the act of solidarity, have decided to remove their entire party from the coalition rather than bend to Gasperi's demands. As part of the official opposition now, it is unclear how the Social Democrats will proceed in the upcoming elections. But in any case, this division does not bode well for Gasperi's reforms. We don't need their support, lose some political power. Fantastic. Seek the support of the capitalists. Yeah, I don't know why they have control of the desert, the Libyan desert, but oh well. So we are most likely going to end up at war with the French. Obviously we are currently in the Continental Entente, and so is the Rhineland, allied Rhineland I should say. It'd be great if they joined up to the fatherland. However, I don't know if they will. I think they might stick with France this time around, just to annoy us. So obviously, every time I do a playthrough, I just feel like nothing goes my way sometimes. Like just anything that happens, like nations flipping, always goes terribly wrong. Oh, and Spanish Popular Front is kind of doing well over here. I kind of want the Nat Pops to win. So Evangelist. Albania pleads for support. Recent terror attack and... Oh, we've had this before. So basically, we're going to send over more men to them. And what we're going to do is, just in case they decide to flip again like they did in my first playthrough, we're going to just get guys set up and ready to invade them and take over them. National syndicates attack our campaign in the south. Oh. Our mission to find political support among the growing farmer conglomerates of southern Italy has sputtered out against heavy syndicalist opposition. Several PPI allies in the region have been the victims of attacks and arson at the hands of the FISN militia, known locally as the Camisci-Nia. No arrests have been made as of yet, but it is rumoured that MVSN commander Attilo Teruzzi had ordered these attacks. For the time being, at least, it seems we will not be able to count on much vocal support in the region. That's great for us. It's putting up volcanism for us. Because right now it's only at 11%. Victor Emmanuel III will not be sticking around as the leader of that party, though. Because it'll be Gabriele Dianuzzi. Victor Emmanuel seeks support. Yeah, see, that's going to be civil war. That's what I'm thinking anyways. I don't think the French are going to get involved in, like, invading me. I think that might be a bit too much and absolute bollocks, really. Because we're going to be completely destroyed if that's the case, unless we somehow reach out to the Germans, which I feel like we should have the we might. But anyways, as for this part of the tree, we can actually go ahead and do this. We just have to wait until it's 1938. Try and take over the Balkans. We will not be doing that. We can do this as well, because we'll be Valkists. We will not be allying the British, we'll be challenging them. Try and get Malta from them. That would be very nice for us. And we can ask for guaranteed access through. We'll not have a map decision to build up anti-British defences in Africa. That would be very interesting. And obviously we can do this as well. Because we can claim a nice bit of their land. Which will be very nice. Anyways, it's 1936 general elections now. Don't think Albania has flipped just yet. So of course they are our puppet right now. I'm assuming we're going to lose that at some point. Oh, the London stock market crash. Which I don't think actually affects us. Oh, the foreign policy. Oh, jeez. I forgot there's a lot of these. There's like 6 of them. The first issue brought up in Parliament is the direction of our foreign policy. Conservative delegate Gasperi argued that Italy should pursue a closer relation with members of the French faction. Palmiro Togliatti of the Communist Party alternatively stated that the Italian nation should leave the reactionary Entente and instead should align itself with the Soviet Union. However, his statement was not supported by more moderate socialists. The liberals, oh my gosh, can't get the English out today, insisted that Italy should realign herself with Britain, whose economy Italy is dependent on. Finally, the nationalists have argued that Italy is too dependent on foreign alliances and must cement herself as ruler of the Mediterranean. So for the purpose of our playthrough, Italy is going to forge her own destiny. I'm going to move on to the suffragettes now. In the aftermath of the Red Menium, various reforms pushed by the PPI and the Socialists led to the women gaining the right to vote, but little more. Today, the first Italian woman deputy, Lina Merlin, a member of the Socialist Party, spoke for total equality. The Socialists applauded her speech, while the more conservative elements of the Italian Parliament were shocked by her shameless prepotency. We can applaud her efforts, commend her efforts. Interesting but too radical. Politics is no place for women, and women should serve the state, not the other way around. We're going for that. Rising organised crime. In the last few years, southern Italy and Sicily has been seen a sharp rise in organised crime. Now forced to consider substantial reforms to combat this. Sturzo, Sicilian himself, as one of his few conservative-leaning positions, has suggested in the past that giving Sicily more autonomy over its own security would help the island region to fight the crime families. Most of the Democratic Socialists wish to pursue a broader goal of decentralisation for the regions of Italy. Communists suggest to create anti-mafia militia squad to protect the people. Liberals preferred to maintain a status quo but promised to fight organised crime. Finally, nationalists blame their foreign influence, especially that of the United States, whose own Italian population has deep family connections within the Italian mob. Italy must overcome these foreign forces, which is going to pee off America slightly. Economic reforms. After the Great War, Italy faced an economic depression and became deeply buried in debt. PPI has achieved a slow recovery, but Italians now demand more radical change. The leftist coalition is trying to push for a creation of a welfare state of Stato Sociale. Communists, of course, are pushing for collectivism and redistribution of the means of production. Of course they would be. Liberals and conservatives both support mild state intervention only if needed. Finally, nationalists wish for Italy to become self-sufficient. independent from the volatile market economies of the West. So a push towards autarky should be the goal for Italy. We've got to get ourselves some steel, chromium, aluminium and tungsten. And the role of the monarchy is, I think, the last one. Since its foundation, Italy has been a constitutional monarchy. While a de facto power, his de jure influence has been a major controversy amongst the growing Republican movement. Many Italians blame their country's entrance to the Great War on Victor Emmanuel III, conflict that nearly tore the country apart. Debate rages to this day on the role of the king within Italian politics. For once, the socialists and national syndicates agree that a modern state can't be held back by this dark age relic, and have pressured the PPI for years for a referendum to establish a republic, which the PPI and their centrist allies have continually blocked. The Italians need a powerful, modern leader. Oh, finally, the colonial. I think it's the colonial policy, which is in the last 30 years, Italy's imperial borders have nearly doubled with the inclusion of Libya, Pamphylia, and Cameroon. This rapid expansion has put much strain on the Mediterranean economy with no returns in sight. The socialists hold strong anti-imperialist views and wish to see Italy emancipate its colonies. Most of the centrist parties want to keep investing in Italy's colonies, insisting the economic returns are surely around the corner. The Italian nationalists argue that Italy, as one of the great powers, is destined to hold and expand its colonial realms. Italy has a right to an empire, as does any great power. We're going to take that, which is going to give us some war support. And that has finished off the election. So now we just need to wait. So political organisation is gone. And the nationalists have won, because obviously we chose all their decisions. For decades, the Italian liberal democracy has brought suffering to the people of Italy, with nothing to show for it. Despite sacrificing nearly everything in the Great War, most Italians are no better off than before the conflict. Italy has been the core of Western civilization for over 2 millennia, but has recently fallen from that position, being overshadowed by the powers of Northern Europe. The Nationalist Coalition now seeks for Italy to return to her position as the dominant power of Europe, independent from the parasitic influence of her neighbours. So the FISN becomes a ruling party, and Victor Emmanuel becomes leader of the Valkists party. So there we go. That has been sorted. So let's continue down this tree. We're going to purge the socialists. We'll be cementing the movement, and then we shall go ahead and grab the cooperatist syndicalism. Oh, but look at anti-French defences. Giuseppe Sergei, we had that last time, so volcanism goes up by 2%. Oh, national sentiments grows. Or Italy sparks. Okay. Let's see what happens when we get to that. We have a lot of work to do, though. If we do indeed have a civil war, we are going to be severely weakened by it. See, this is it. The syndicalist support. So to cement our movement, we must take effective control of the Italian government. Marching on Parliament to get our demands heard should be our first goal, but our demands to be taken seriously, we must have the support of the people. Supporting regional syndicates in the Squad de Azone should give us the political power we need. So we only have 9 support right now, which is terrible. We need 30. Which is where these decisions come into play. So we can abandon the taunt at some point as well, surely. Oh yes, we've also changed. Our name's no longer Kingdom of Italy. It is Regno d'Italia. Don't know what that Regno translates to. Purge the socialists. And there's a Brazilian civil war. Also, Denmark's attacking the Hamburg Commune. So let's go ahead and submit the movement. Civil war in Brazil. The Vietmen declare war in the French Indochina. Okay, we've got Kai Hawk. I don't know how to pronounce his first name. I don't even know if I got the rest names right. But Maurice is going to have to deal. He's got 5 divisions against 0. Pretty much should end that pretty quickly. Why would you want me to join in this? Decline. Bugger off. And we've also got the Second Spanish Republics also at just in the north here. Oh well. Seems like Albania is not going to go ahead and disappear on us. Our troops aren't even over there anyways. I'm just spinning that. Yeah, they died very quickly. So the fate of the Nationalist Coalition gives us the opportunity to go with the NatPops or with the National Syndicalists. Syndicalists, sorry. We can challenge the Lion now as well. That's a broken event. Here we go. While the alliance with the Nationalists and Syndicalists was politically convenient, it no longer serves the interests of either party. The National Populists wish to ally themselves with Italy's existing institutions, the capitalists and the monarchy, while the National Syndicates seek to establish a new order for Italy, ridding her of such antiquated influences. Volcanism all the way! So now, what we need to do is actually see if this is going to work this time, or if I've wasted another 25 minutes trying to do it. We will see. Hopefully it's going to be better off for us this time. It's actually going to work. I'm not going to have the decision tab open. Oh, it's not a hammer piece of paper. It's just a hammer. Hammer in the bottom bit, whatever that is. I'm sorry. The British East Indies. I didn't realise the British East Indies was... Indonesia has risen up against them. Proclaim independence. Ooh, the first elections happened. Didn't realise they had a tree. But I don't think they're going to win regardless. 10 to 14. Don't know how many divisions the 7 to 9. Yeah, I didn't realise they had the East Indies. Does the... Oh, because it's a Dutch state. I forgot. Oh, we've got the Kingdom of Netherlands is actually a thing. Is that all the land they actually own? I presume so. Would it not made sense for the British just to leave them alone? It seems Japan's went ahead and nicked some land, I think. Unless they had that. I've not really been paying attention. Terrible. Please have worked this time. Nope, it's not worked. Yeah, see, we should have those decisions, but they're not there. Yeah, that's great. So the nationalist route is broken. Oh, are you kidding me? I'm gonna have to just... Do you know what I'm gonna do? Just gonna... I'm hoping the rest of the tree's still fine. So if we do focus dog, no checks. And if we put focus dot autocomplete on, we'll just skip the whole decision stuff because it doesn't work. They'll have to fix that. So what we'll do is we'll just grab that. Here we go. Oh my days, he's looking very stylish. Don't know what's going to happen now, but it's a shame those decisions aren't working. I know we've completely bypassed a part of it. They're not there. Like, they ain't there. Surely they would come up with... Yeah, so they come underneath here. Right, where are they? There's no other page. Nope, that's economic policies. Not in there, unless civil crackdown's not going to do anything for us. Doesn't matter now, we've bypassed it. And turned them both off, didn't I? Yeah, there we go. So Victor Manuel's bugger off. Still says. Okay, nothing's really happened like I was expecting it to. Anyways, let's go to the reviving the Charter of Cardinal. I wonder what that event was for the French. Officer purged. Why does the Czech state got a demilitarized zone? I don't know. But anyways, we have changed. This is going to be really annoying though. I don't know if any of you can point out what I did wrong, but I don't think I've done anything. I think it's just another bug. So hey, if any Fuhrerreich devs are watching, you know, get a fix please. There's a bug for yous. Unless I've just been a tool. Which I wouldn't put past myself at all, really. Right, let's go for volunteer only. And eliminate conscription. We need to build ourselves up. We'll probably get the war economy as well. No, we can't. Not yet. Right, so we've done that. So, do army reforms now. Fortify the Alps is definitely what we want to do, I think. But let's go ahead and do... Oh, we can't do that because we need the French to be at war with them. Oh, Phalangelist Spain. We can probably help them out if they don't die. Be very beneficial for them. It's a shame. I'm really disappointed in those decisions. Yeah, that is a shame. Really is. We're up to 64% on the Valkists. Are we? Party pop. It's only 48 there. Okay, it doesn't matter. Swiss mediation's gone. That's pretty nice actually. Surrender limits +5. Untitled Councilman. Oh, we should probably go ahead and deal with. Oh yes, we also got to reform the charter here. So we've got 2 ways we can go. Enlist provisory. Production efficiency and cap goes down. Factory output and dockyard output go down. Oh my gosh. Land doctrine research speed. Oh gosh. Offensive war penalty stability modifier -10. Probably go for promote the artists. Generate war attention on -10. Strength of parliament. That gives more. Okay, that's an interesting part of the tree there. That pop's gonna be in charge of that. So where's the industry part for us? Oh, that probably is, isn't it? That's what this really is. So yeah, we can do the fate of Umar Mukhtar. We should probably get one of those done just so we can get rid of colonial overextension. It's not nice. And that'll be us all with good stuff. Although we do want to get rid of that Untitled Council thing. However, I am going to go ahead and finish the episode off with allying myself with the Phalangist Spain. They're going to have their own faction, so I won't be directly with the Germans. But that's okay, they can probably manage by themselves. They do have the Dutch. We will be fighting alongside them though. So we've changed our name again, so we're Repubblica Sociale Italiana. I think we're going to be shipping out, boys. Well, I'll just send over the 24 when the time comes, because they are losing. Okay, the Soviet Union's starting to take some land. Yeah, they need my help very, very soon, and they're gonna die. They are gonna die. Actually, anti-tank is something I want to get soon, so we'll just leave that factory chilling by itself. And once the next research, do you know what? No. Right, we just need to start upgrading that army. It's an interesting flag. Like, what even is it? Like, make out what's on that. But, yeah. It's interesting. Marriage of the deposed. Habsburg royalty from various countries, including Italy, Hungary, and the United Kingdom, convened with the last week in celebration of a historic marriage. Marriage between Wilhelm IV, the leadership of House Hohenzollern, Archduchess. What the hell? Who done that? Who was the one that fired that? Ahaha! So realise that both our nations share many of the same strategic and political goals. Phalangist Spain has agreed to form an alliance with us. Together we will bring greatness and power to the people of the Mediterranean. Oh gosh, we didn't leave the Entente. We're still in the Entente, and so is Phalangist Spain. Well, oh, you fool. Gosh, well, we should have made our own faction. We'll do the fate of Umar. Can I join your war? I can. Let me in, old chaps. I shall naval invade Barcelona for you. So this is going to be a longer episode. I might cut out some of it though to like the stuff that I'd already done at the start anyways. We're just going to, do you know what, let's just send 10 over. And we'll do that. There we go. Yeah, the French holding as well. Actually, this is going to end. We do not need to naval invade. idiot. Yeah, it was a bit stupid. It's so funny. Because the second Spanish Republic's also here. So we're going to have two Spains in the faction. Wait, who's going where? What? Why on earth are you taking the long way around? That just seems very stupid and just, like, not needed. Oh, the French have not joined. Can I call them to arms? Yeah, welcome. Must be in their puppets. Brilliant. Aggressive, boys. Just get into them. This is hilarious. Don't know how this peace deal is going to work out, but I really should have left the Entente. Well, I can't actually leave. We're stuck with the Entente for the meantime. Yeah, this is very stupid. Very stupid. I should not have done this. Should not have been lying them yet. Oh, you fool. Well, might as well just have that drawn. Oh, who's on the move again? Well, I'm sorry, seconds. This is all theirs. Andorra is a whole state. That's our province is a state. Sorry. Oh, okay, right. It's still that guy. What is he doing? What is he on? Well, at least we got some war in the first episode. Ta-da! Oh, war economy. Cannot do it. That's a shame. We can't go to extensive conscription though. Let's do that. Germany, why are you aiding monarchist Spain? Then again, we're in the Entente, so it makes sense. Okay. Commander Italo Balbo has recently ended a decades-long guerrilla campaign in Libya by capturing his leader Umar Mukhtar. With Mukhtar in captivity, justice can finally be served for all the damage he and his followers caused. While the jury will surely find him guilty, does not know what his punishment will be. He is sentenced to death. I feel like if we're gonna be doing, you know, trying to reform Romans, I feel like we should go down the same way we went last time, because the Romans would just integrate them. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do the Grazzani plan again. I know this was an opportunity for me to do the other way, but the Romans would definitely annex them. Wait, why are we... Oh, you fool. Don't border that. Don't sit in that border. Gosh, they're actually not... They're holding on. Sevilla is holding. Oh, we've just cut off Murcia, and there's an ice cream van. It's not even that sunny today. It's hot. It's not. I don't think it's ice cream weather though. Okay, that's really annoying actually. Gosh, like Penkitten. I'm like Penkitten now, except from without. It's not trains. It's ice cream vans. Okay, the Soviet Union took out the Kazakhstan and all that. Wow, Sevilla is just a absolute stack of enemy divisions right now. And they're all gonna die. See you later, German tank. Why did you come over here? Why? Well, saying that, I should have been done. I shouldn't have done it. Yeah, sorry, it's my buddy, not the other guys. Brilliant. The Portuguese are civil war as well. And why are you at peace? Did I forgot the islands. And I don't have the state transfer tool on. Brilliant. So what we'll do is we'll tag... Oh, I'm gonna have to TD bug. I don't exactly know. Okay, tag. My ice cream vans bugger off. Annex these guys because let's be honest, I should have taken it. There we go. Right, well, I think that is a good place to leave the first episode. We do need to get ourselves out of the bloody Entente though. How do we get that to go down? I don't know. I guess we should probably do the Territorial Conference with the French. Oh, let's do that now. Because by the looks of things, this is how we'll get out the Entente. And what I might do is I might get Phalange of Spain to leave the faction as well and join up with me in my own one. Because that's what we should have done. That's what we should have done. Albania seems to be sticking with us. So we get rid of the paternal autocrats though and get some Valkists in charge. Oh, the Turkish state has popped up. Please not declare war on me because I do not want to fight the Germans. I want to fight alongside you. I should probably sell Pamphylia then. It's interesting, there's actually no part in the tree where you join up with the Germans in this. Like, would you not join up with the Germans? Like, there is no mention of the Germans in the tree. Which means I probably won't be able to join a faction. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. But 5 factories. Is the anti-tank done yet? Nope, it's almost done though. Fantastic. Right, Territorial Conference. I think the French. So, why are they going to get. Oh, there's an Imperial Conference of 37 as well. Our disputes with France. Okay. Italy and France have only been allies for just barely 2 decades. While the Entente seemed like an obvious choice for Italy back in 1915, today territorial disputes threaten to tear this alliance apart. As nationalist sentiment grows within Italy, it's clear we can no longer let these issues be ignored. Nearly a million Italians live under French rule, with no autonomy to protect their culture. In Africa, the French have done their best to prevent Italian influence from growing, such as forcing the assimilation of Italian settlers in Tunisia, who even to this day still outnumber French settlers in the region. On top of the many issues within Italy, doubt France's ability to defend Europe from German aggression, going as far as to say that an alliance with France is akin to a suicide pact. If we are to continue our current relations with France, we must settle these issues. Oh ho ho. Italy, time for compromise is over. We must forge our own destiny. Ta-da! So long. So, I cannot join the faction. I think, well, it would make sense if we could join them. But anyways, guys, I'm going to leave that episode there. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll be back very soon for some more. Take care. Cheery bye.